Climate Minister Eamon Ryan has said that Ireland's mass immigration policies threaten the country's climate targets, but that he thinks both goals can be achieved. This is Ben Scallan and you're watching Gript Media. Before we start the video, if you want to support Gript and our work, make sure to click like, subscribe and comment, because by liking, commenting and sharing, this channel will get boosted in the algorithm and get seen by more people. So if you want to see this channel grow, just take 2 seconds right now to like, comment and do your part to support independent journalism. And so with that said, on to the video. It's no secret that Ireland's economy at the moment is looking shaky, to put it mildly. We have the country's finance minister warning of the risk of recession in the foreseeable future. We have energy regulators telling us that we'll be facing a decade of power shortages, which means more expensive electricity for consumers. We have the CSO telling us that household savings and the standard of living are dropping. And yet, while there has been some economic growth this year due to Ireland's foreign multinationals, Climate Minister Eamon Ryan has said that this growth poses a challenge to the country's climate targets.
We are heading in the wrong direction, but we're turning this ship and state around, and I'm absolutely convinced we can do it, that we will be good at it. Now, it's challenging. It's challenging because of the likes of the statistics read this morning. Is it our economy? Is it expected growth of 8% this year? Not that as an excuse, but as a reality.
So apparently what Ryan is implying is that economic growth and climate targets are incompatible. You can have one or the other, but not both. As the Green Party tweeted last year, "We've been focused on economic growth for 2 decades. It's time to put our environment first." So according to one of the main government parties in this country, it's time to stop focusing on economic growth and put the environment first. They reiterated this in their 2022 party constitution, saying unrestricted economic growth must be replaced by an ecologically and socially regulated economy. That's ecologically regulated, as in the environment takes precedence over the economy. This seems to mirror the view of climate extremist group Extinction Rebellion, who tweeted this year that economic growth equals mass death. They've also tweeted that economic growth is one thing that the world can't afford. Other groups preoccupied with climate change, such as the World Economic Forum, have talked about economic degrowth before, as found on the group's website. Degrowth. What's behind the theory and why does it matter right now? Degrowth broadly means shrinking rather than growing economies, so we use less of the world's energy and resources and put well-being ahead of profit. By the way, I'm glad they said that, because for the record, I'm pretty sure degrowth is just a nice Orwellian way of saying shrinking. When you're a gardener and your plants die, you don't say that they degrew, you say that they withered and died, which is exactly what these policies do to the economy. It's a bit like your boss assuring you that you're not getting a pay cut. Heavens no, you're just getting a reverse bonus. Or your girlfriend saying that she's not ending the relationship, she just wants to undate you. You see how this works? Well, they go on to explain what this might entail for your life as an individual. Practical degrowth actions might include buying less stuff, growing your own food, and using empty houses instead of building new ones, the website Economics Help suggests. So buying less stuff and growing your own food to survive, kind of like a medieval serf or something. And in fairness, I'm not even knocking the concept of being less consumerist or wanting to be more self-reliant. All of that is good and healthy, but it should be your choice to do it. You shouldn't be forced to give up modern luxuries because some hippie with an agenda has socially engineered that life for you. While they fly around on business class flights or swan into climate conferences on private jets by the hundreds, they're telling you about so-called degrowth and cutting back. Literally the elite of the elite telling regular people that they can't have cheap annual holidays. But Ryan certainly wasn't done there. He also went on in his Dáil speech to say that the growing population in Ireland due to mass immigration was posing a quote huge challenge to Ireland's climate goals, but that he'd be pursuing it anyway.
Massive increase in population. Our targets are not set on a per capita basis, they're fixed quantum. So when you have an additional 70,000 people come into the country, actually far more, if you include migrant workers and others coming in and natural population increase, that presents huge challenges. But I believe we can do it.
Notably, previously in November of 2016, Ryan stated that Ireland should prepare to become an island of 10 million people, largely through bringing in asylum seekers, quote, in scale.
It not only shows a responsibility from the south to the north to the south, but also creates a society here where we can bring in people. We have to start planning for being an island of 10 million people, and among that, bringing in people as refugees in scale, not just 200, but a much larger number than that, and managing it as we do.
At this point, it's worth pointing out that many asylum seekers come from countries that have a lower carbon footprint than Ireland does per capita. For example, here are Nigeria's annual CO2 emissions per person compared to Ireland's as of last year. So going by Ryan's own logic, we are bringing in people, quote, in scale from a low carbon part of the world to a high carbon part of the world, flying in the face of his climate goals. And he knows this perfectly well, as he just told us, yet he's doing it anyway. For all this talk of sustainability, why is it starting to feel like these green policies will not be sustainable for much longer? Please like and share this video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider signing up for a monthly donation via the link on screen to help us produce more content like this. Alternative media like Gript needs all the assistance it can get, and every donation goes a long way. As always, thanks for watching.